Shucky, as the man would say.
Aw, shucky ducky was a way for me to say I am thrilled to be here. Why not just say that?
Herman Cain.
Herman Cain.
Solutions for a better America.
Anytime.
This is your host, Herman Cain. Thank you for joining us because you know we are going to tell you the truth, give you the facts, because we want you to be better informed and inspired to help make this a better United States of America. It's an Shucky Ducky Friday on the Herman Cain Show. Why is it an Shucky Ducky Friday? Well, it's real simple. Because you are listening to the Herman Cain Show, and we're going to make sure that you stay informed so you will be smart when you listen to a lot of things that are going on in the media. And man, are they trying to make people stupid. Yes, they are. But I'm not going to start with bad news. I'm going to start with good news nuggets. Support for the military. President Trump traveled to Newport News, Virginia, to pitch his plans for a substantial increase in the defense budget. President Trump says the new aircraft carrier, Gerald R. Ford, is an example of the kind of defense buildup he's pushing for.
We will give the men and women of America's armed services the resources you need to keep us safe. We will have the finest equipment in the world.
And he went on to say that the new aircraft carrier will project American power all around the world.
Hopefully, it's power we don't have to use. But if we do, they're in big, big trouble.
President Trump has proposed adding $54 billion to the Pentagon's budget this year, an increase of approximately 10%. However, not everybody liked the fact that he honored the men and women of the Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier when he donned a flight jacket and an admiral's cap with the words USS Gerald R. Ford on it, and some on social media are calling foul.
What an honor. You know, they just gave me this beautiful jacket. They said, "Here, Mr. President, please take this home." I said, "Let me wear it." And then they gave me the beautiful hat, and I said, maybe I'll do that.
Memo to social media snowflakes. He's commander-in-chief of all of the armed forces. So he can wear a cap and a flight jacket. Wake up, snowflakes. You are losing touch with reality. News nugget. The number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits fell to near a 44-year low last week. 44 years! Pointing to further tightening of the labor market, even as economic growth appears to have remained moderate in the first quarter. Initial claims for state unemployment benefits dropped 19,000 to a seasonally adjusted 223,000. That's the lowest level since March 1973, according to the Labor Department. That is great news, folks. We've been reporting on this for the last 4 years, and we've never hit the lowest level since March 1973. I, for one, expect it to continue to go down. We'll see. And, of course, the liberals don't want to give the positive tone from the top any credit for this. I have 3 words for them. Wait and see. News nugget. More good news from my standpoint, but maybe not from some members of the EPA. The White House is proposing to slash a quarter of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's budget, according to the report, targeting climate change programs and those designed to prevent air and water pollution like lead contamination. How do they know that? They don't know that. The budget that's being put together by the White House isn't going to target specific programs. It's too big for that. This is someone doing what I call speculating so they can scare people, so they can play into the Democrat narrative. That's all that is, folks. Is the budget going to dramatically cut the EPA budget by 25%? Yes. That means that the newly confirmed head of the EPA is going to figure out how he must do it. That's all. That's his job. It's not the job of the White House to identify specific projects. They might say, look in these areas, but that's going to be his job. News nugget. A change of heart. Colin Kaepernick, bless his heart. The San Francisco 49ers quarterback, whose decision not to stand for the national anthem became the NFL's biggest storyline of last year, is set to drop his protest when the new season begins. Kaepernick said last year that he was protesting against police brutality and racial injustice in America. And now his decision to kneel or sit during the Star Spangled Banner gained widespread support and plenty of disquiet. But he now says he had achieved his objective. Colin, I wonder if the fact that the 49ers had a losing season with you as quarterback had anything to do with it. And you know what, Colin? The fact that you've had this big change of heart, I almost care. News nugget. Here's another I almost care story. Snowflakes at the University of Southern California. The University of Southern California's graduate student government is seeking an emergency fund for a host of populations affected by President Trump's executive orders. All he did, folks, was to say, let's enforce the laws on the books. And even for that, he has caught a lot of flack. So snowflakes, please don't melt in the sun. Come back to reality and maybe even back down to earth. News nugget. Witch hunt. Jeff Sessions. I know you've heard about it because this is what the liberal media and the Democrats have become absolutely fixated on. They've gone gaga. But President Trump is asked by a reporter about his backing of Attorney General Jeff Sessions.
President, you still have confidence in the Attorney General, sir? Total.
And Jeff Sessions, now Attorney General, says he never talked about the campaign with any Russian officials.
The idea that I was part of a, quote, continuing exchange of information during the campaign between Trump surrogates and intermediaries for the Russian government is totally false.
Now, to clear the air, he says he will recuse himself from a federal investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 White House election.
I have recused myself.
Go ahead. You're not going to find anything. There's no there. So that's why he's recusing himself. But no, that's not enough for Nancy and Chucky. They think that because of the accusation of perjury, that he should resign. No, he shouldn't. They haven't proved anything yet. Senator David Perdue of Georgia calls Democrats out on their hypocrisy over this issue.
It's increasingly clear that the minority party is singularly focused on sabotaging this new administration at every turn. Today is no exception.
And I love the way Speaker of the House Paul Ryan describes it. He says Democrats are trying to create scandal where there is none in the Jeff Sessions matter.
I think part of what is happening, I think Democrats are letting their hair on fire to get you to cover this story, to kind of keep repeating the same story. I think they're trying to get this coverage going. There's nothing new that we have seen here.
lighting their hair on fire. Shandy B, do you have a fire extinguisher in the building just in case you see some liberals running down the hall with their hair on fire over Jeff Sessions?
I'm going to save that extinguisher for something better.
Oh, are you saying if their hair's on fire, let them burn, baby, burn, let them burn?
Well, they lit it on fire.
It is
Enjoy.
It's a witch hunt, folks. A witch hunt. No new evidence has come out. And another thing, Nancy Pelosi should know the definition of perjury, which she is accusing Jeff Sessions of. She is flat out wrong. Go read the article that Dan wrote at hermancain.com. Andrew McCarthy, a former attorney general, explains why it's absurd for Democrats to claim Jeff Sessions committed perjury. He did not. And so Jeff Sessions is saying, go ahead. Do all the investigations you want to. I will recuse myself because you're not going to find anything going down this rabbit trail. News nugget. Washington Times says Virginia voters' rolls filled with illegal immigrants. Oops! But I thought the Democrats said that there are no illegals voting. Really? Let me tell you how Loudoun County found out and disqualified 9,000 people from jury duty between 2009 and 2014. They didn't make jury duty because they were not U.S. citizens, but they turn up on the voter rolls. Isn't that special? That's why Democrats and liberals don't want voter ID. Isn't that special? News nugget. Senator Claire McCaskill, Democrat from Missouri, claims she's never taken a single meeting with a Russian ambassador. Here's a tweet from Senator McCaskill. I've been on the Armed Services Committee for 10 years. No call or meeting with Russian ambassador ever. Ambassadors call members of Foreign Relations Committee. I want y'all to do me a favor. Go to hermancain.com. We have a picture of her in a meeting with the Russian ambassador. I'm just saying. In a meeting, we have picture proof. You're listening to the Herman Cain Show.
He's been there. He's done that. And he wants to give you the insight and the advantage. Herman Cain, solutions for a better America.
Thank y'all. I'll be back. Top of the hour.